And welcome to Sheeit Talkin. I'm going to be hosting the podcast. Today we have, of course, me, Patrick.
Me, Mikey.
Me, Chris.
Me, Nolan.
Me, Sal.
And pretty much, since this is our debut episode, what we're going to be doing is just talking about absolute random shit. We're not going to care. And if you hear something that offends you, we're not trying to offend you, so we'll just laugh at you.
We hate everyone equally.
Yeah, no one gets special treatment here unless that special treatment is a mud stopping.
Zell gets special treatment.
Yeah, because he's the one who stole my fucking shirt.
Hey. We just went over this.
I know.
If me and my girlfriend break up, you can have the shirt.
Yes. And then, but if I get it from, a breakup... There, Nolan, you're a whore.
Just a little bit. On Tuesdays.
Only on Tuesday.
Only on
Wednesday, though.
Yeah, Wednesday.
Overtime.
He's planning ahead.
Planning ahead.
Like all these douche nuggets that have Christmas lights on. It's like, it's
Dude,
not
I've
for
got
360
fucking Christmas
days.
lights on. I still have Christmas lights out there.
Christmas isn't for 360 days, dude. Like, what the hell are you doing?
We didn't take them down. We never take them down. We leave our Christmas
Why
lights
the
up
hell
all year.
not?
We leave them up all year because it's such a fucking hassle to take them down. And
It's Christmas somewhere.
Yeah.
It's Christmas somewhere in the world. Somewhere in the
Some rich asshole celebrating a birthday today.
Viva la Cuba!
Yeah. Viva la Cuba. Not Castro, though.
I think he's alright.
That's
He died.
Moving on.
Is Castro still alive?
I thought he died. No, I thought he died.
I think he's...
He had some sort of brain seizure.
And then, yeah. Back in the 70s.
we use Bing. We don't use Google because Google is...
Google sucks.
Shut up. We're not going to get a sponsor that way. We love Google.
The most searched thing on Bing is
We
Google.
love things, we just prefer others.
But then again, the most searched thing on Google is also Google.
Google.
Google bombing Google on Google.
Well, I think people go to Chrome and just type Google and hit enter, and they're like, what the hell is this?
No, Google's like, okay, I'm going to type in history of arcades. I know what you want. Here's a Wikipedia article on arcade history. Go to Bing, history of arcades.
He's alive.
Oh,
He's alive.
He's alive.
He's 87 fucking years old.
I swear he had some sort of fucking brain tumor or something.
No.
I thought I heard it.
No, that's your brain.
Anything wrong with a skull, he shoots it out.
He's only 87? I thought he was in his mid-90s or something.
I don't know.
How old was Kim Jong when he died?
Does anyone care?
Too old.
It's tough being the only fat kid in school.
North Korea doesn't have internet. They
The
won't
great
do this.
leader was too young.
The great leader. Dude, you need to shut up.
Wow.
Fucking communist.
Damn job.
Fucking Tommy, get the fuck out of my car.
It's tough being a fat kid at school. It's tough being the only fat kid in your whole
Round
country.
number 2.
Alright. But I actually had a few discussions to talk about. And they're okay, we're going to start the opposite way we introduced ourselves. So, Zell, what is the most mentally weirdest thing you've ever been through? Not scarring or painful, but just what the fuck is even happening?
Oh man, it requires a lot of mental prowess.
You need some more meth?
Adderall.
We don't condone drug use unless you need it.
And he's prescriptioned Adderall right now.
And I need Adderall XR. Thank you so very much.
Adderall XR.
Don't raise your voice too much. You're clipping the shit out of the audio.
That's great.
Straight.
All the wavelengths,
I know. Look at that. Look at that beautiful audacity. It's
all the shades of blue.
the single shade.
Like audio porn, just 50 shades of blue.
Yeah,
Audio
just
porn.
right there.
Just don't fucking clip it.
It'd be a shame if the audio were to suddenly climax right
Dude,
now.
stop that shit. No earring.
What happened if the mic just exploded? What would you do?
I would murder everyone.
I would make him run and go.
Seeing all the normal shit that Patrick's electronics go through, it would not surprise me.
It's okay.
No, it wouldn't just explode. It would probably die a very slow and painful death.
It would just cease to work.
Listening to this.
You know?
Kind of like the people who would be listening to this.
It's not that. Yeah, the fucking eardrums because of Zelda.
Hey. I think Audacity actually does have like a normalizer though.
It does. Audacity's a good program.
It pretty much is.
I could never get it to work.
That's because is your computer worse than mine?
Oh no, I could just never figure out how to use it, so I just gave up after like 2 minutes.
Dude, I was about to like cry and like buy you a hooker.
I gave
I
up.
would feel that bad.
I just gave up. I give up on things easily.
I know how you feel.
Like your social life.
Oh,
Hey,
that's mean.
All I had to do was send a message for this. Like that's as easy as.
Alright, but anyway. Do you need some time to think?
Anyways, video
Alright,
games.
Nolan, he needs time to think. What's the most mentally what the fuck thing you've ever been through? Or just list one that like really stands out. If you can't think of like the biggest one.
I can't really even think of one. Like other than like
Probably this right here.
This right here?
Yeah. This is some mentally weird shit that's going on in this room right now.
Well, you're just up on crank.
Just to let the audience know, I just gathered up all of my friends that like live down the street, and we're like, just get the fuck in my room and we're gonna podcast. And they were just like, okay. And that's pretty much how this was born.
That's the only reason you think this is weird is you're cranked on crank.
Well,
And you're not contributing. There was like 5 seconds of dead air when both of you were thinking.
Patrick's like the best bachelor ever. He's just like, well, I'm single, I'm happy. Hey, get all the bitches in my room. Let's just have make a podcast.
and we have the biggest bitch, right?
Hey, I'm a jerk. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
You want to know something weird?
Let's
I had
pull
to
straws for
bargain.
the bit.
Hold on, guys. I had to bargain with my mother to get over here today.
Yeah, tell us about that.
Yeah. I was stuck because today I was expecting to go hang with Chris over here today.
It's a thing, because you can see how loud you are.
And
Shut up. Don't be a dick.
I expected my mom
That's
to
a
go.
very underhanded way of calling him a loud douchebag.
They are. We all are at some point. People get carried away.
But I was expecting to go hang out with him because I thought my mom was going to go to work. I asked her last night, what time do you want your coffee set up? She said, oh, I don't got work tomorrow. I was like, shit. So I tried calling him twice. He turns his phone off.
Every night I'm tired of people calling me at 4 in the morning. Hey, what's up, man?
So that's bullshit. You turn your phone off at like 6 in the afternoon.
Shut up.
Hey man, brother gets tired.
But
It's not like he's going on having sex.
bullshit. But as I was saying, so this morning I'm asleep, dead out. Been dead out since about midnight, 9 o'clock. My mom calls me on my phone, tells me to wake up, go get soda at 9 in the morning.
Oh, really?
Then I come back expecting to be able to go to sleep. No, make me a soda. Then pick up the living room, do the dishes.
In case you couldn't tell, his mom's really lazy.
Not as lazy as him.
So I pick up the living
No
room,
comment.
Half lazy is still.
do a little bit of the dishes, store them, and freaking run it, and sneak off to my room and start going back to sleep. I was asleep back until about 4 in the afternoon now. But since 9, I had been calling him. And he will not answer the phone. Trying to tell him that my mom's off and I might not be able to head over. When he finally calls me back, I tell him that, and then he tells me this podcast is going to go down.
Shit.
I'm like, really?
It was short notice.
Exactly. But, so, yesterday morning, I got rudely woken at about 8, 9 in the morning. My mom works about a 2-hour walk away. And she forgot her Red Bull.
So she couldn't fly.
Yeah.
Son, if I had my wings, I'd go get them right now, but I forgot them at home.
I had to walk to her store, get her card, buy her a Red Bull, and then walk home.
Yep.
So I used that And I said, I'm calling in a favor. I want an hour and a half of freedom. And she turned to me with the audacity and said, what do you ever do for me? I went, yesterday morning. All I need to say.
He pulled out the fucking list. The 20-page long list. He was like,
And number one, guy. Number one, all I needed to say, yesterday morning, I freaking walked to your store and got you Red Bull. Excuse me. And she just, shut up.
that's like the only time you've ever been able to shut your
Yes,
mom up.
she literally shut up. I cut in her sentence and said, yesterday morning.
You know what I would have done?
I don't even care.
I would have gotten my ass kicked for it because I would have like drank all the Red Bull and then pissed in it.
Why do you need to piss in it? Chuck Norris does that enough for us.
Oh, come on. Chuck Norris jokes.
Hey.
If he's so great, then Bruce Lee wouldn't beat his ass. Chuck Norris is a good actor.
See, there's a reason why.
But Bruce Lee died to an aspirin.
That's because he's too badass for aspirin.
True.
Yeah, but he punched a guy from like 5 inches away.
1
and
inch.
the guy flew, well, 1 inch, but then he
1
also
inch
did
punch.
5 inch, and he flew like about 15, 20
Jackie
feet
Chan.
back.
Jackie Chan.
Do you know why we have Chuck Norris jokes but no Bruce Lee jokes? Because Bruce Lee isn't a joke.
You can't joke about Bruce Lee.
I want to use
Because
that.
when zombies rise, he's coming back and we're afraid.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, zombie Bruce Lee.
What if
That's
he
gonna
leads the
suck
zombie
ass.
rebellion?
That's like the same thing.
And
Zombie
his
Luke
son.
Gang.
Dude, he's just gonna like flick our skulls and like the whole top half is just gonna fly off.
That's as
And like
bad.
our brain is gonna be like propelled into his mouth.
Well, like he's just gonna do a massive punch, and then the THX sound effect is just gonna blast him.
And like you just get an overview of the town and you just see a bunch of like half skulls flying.
And he's still going to be like, what's that?
And then Bethesda's like, we need to make a game about what life was like before this.
Call it. I don't know.
Fall in.
That sounds like Fallout porn. Fall in.
Oh god.
Oh, why?
It's like, I brought the 7 cent sarsaparilla.
Why we get into the Rule 34 section of this? That's just not right.
They did have to work for us. They have Raider sadist armor.
True.
He's right.
Yeah, they're
Sadly.
ready. They're ready to beat your dick off.
I played
Beat your dick
Fallout
off with both
once.
hands.
Once.
Yeah,
Which one was it?
3.
3.
I still have it sitting on my shelf.
I've got. Back when GOG had that deal, I got Fallout.
Wow,
One
look
and
at this
two.
way. It goes that way. No.
It's just a fluff.
Fluff.
It's a fluff on his shirt.
It's not even just a fluff. It's a dirt fluff.
That's
Good
a
for
puzzle.
dirt.
Clean your
It's a
fan.
puzzle.
Please, I made a
No.
fluff.
Oh, yeah, you don't clean your fan. Your mom does.
Oh, we're going there.
Your mom does.
Oh, what? I clean everything from my mom? We gotta go there?
You're like auntie.
Hey, you use that for a joke.
I know!
You don't use my personal life as an insult.
I wasn't.
Don't use my laziness to try and compete with your laziness. You use it as a joke.
Oh, there's no
We all know Mikey's the laziest person we ever met.
Which reminds me, now is a good time for you to segue over to that
Story.
thing that you
Oh,
found.
yeah,
That story.
that story I found.
Is it looked up already?
Yeah, I already did it.
He's got a tab.
Let me see. I'm gonna read it off.
I'll read it.
You got him. He reads it good.
Okay, the
well
title
in
of the article.
Calm down. Calm down.
Title of the article is "What is the laziest thing you've ever done?" If you guys want to comment on this, you can later. But
Yeah, we're gonna have to make up our own after this.
this is his competition.
Oh, we digress.
His life. He has competition.
I have great
was once on a U.S. military ship having breakfast on the wardroom when the operations officer walks in. This guy was the definition of not a morning person. He's still half asleep, bleary-eyed, basically a zombie with a bagel. Don't ask. He sits down across from me to eat his bagel. He's just barely conscious. My back is to the outboard side of the ship, and the morning sun is blazing through one of the portholes on it, a bright-ass circle of light right on his barely conscious face. He's squinting and chewing, basically just remembering how to be alive for the day. You can't understand how painful this is to watch. But then, Zombie OPS stops chewing, slowly picks up the phone and dials the bridge. In his well-known, I'm totally asleep voice, he says, "Hey, it's OPS. Could you shift our bar part? Yeah, 165. Thanks. He puts the phone down and sits there squinting. He's waiting, not even showing the bagel anymore. And then, ever so slowly, I realize that the big blazing spot of sun has begun to slide off Zombie's face.
Oh, shit.
It gets better. It gets better. And onto the wall behind him. After a moment, it clears his face, and he blinks slowly a few times and starts chewing his bagel again. And the brilliancy of what I just witnessed begins to overwhelm me as I realize that by ordering the bridge to turn the ship about 15 degrees, whatever direction it was, he was able to divert thousands of pounds of metal and hundreds of people in a different direction just to get the sun out of his eyes so he can enjoy his bagel.
It's not being lazy, that's being a badass. That's somebody you don't want to fuck with.
Yeah.
No.
I have a story of being lazy.
That's just a mixture of both.
Before we get on with the lazy stories, Mikey and Chris need to talk about their awkward moments.
Oh, yeah.
Chris is going,
I don't know.
don't do this.
Probably the day I met you.
The day you met me,
Yes.
divulge it, because these guys don't know it. In the podcast,
It was awkward.
people don't know it.
It was awkward. It involved lots of
Second guessing.
second guessing on my life whether I should be in that room or not.
It was fucking hilarious because like I went in there and Mikey was like, "Hey, this is Chris," and he was like sitting there in the corner playing with a knife, and I was just like in my head you could see, if you saw my face, you could see I was like trying to mentally convey, if you stab me, I'm going to eat your spleen. And in his face, he was like, "This guy is threatening. I don't know if I should stab him or not." And poor Mikey was sitting there right in the middle trying to diffuse the tension with, I mean, what the hell game were you playing?
Probably Pokemon.
It was probably, no, it was Guitar Hero. It was Guitar Hero. It was Guitar Hero 3. That's what it was.
That's how you.
Yeah, because Ian was there. Ian was there. He was
Ian was
ripping. Yes, Ian was there. He was ripping ass on the Fire and Flames on Expert.
Oh yeah, I got pissed off because like I could only get like 69%.
Of course, you'd use that number.
It's not my fault, dude. I always got like right below passing. It's math. It's math.
It's your math, dude.
Oh, my math. I thought you said my math.
I said math.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I don't know what you guys are doing.
Oh, damn it.
Who else is in college right now?
I'm gonna be.
I mean, I am.
Oh, okay.
I'm a dropout. I'm good.
Okay, so
Heidelberg is working.
I
I'm
don't
just
do no
kidding.
burgers.
I'm just kidding.
What
Don't
job?
bring up my laziness.
What job?
I was just playing. Don't bring up my laziness. Which we'll get into that with the lazy stories.
You ain't even lazy. You work electric. You're on danger.
I was lazy before I had a reason to be there.
You got 911 on speed dial right now. And me,
I mean, when you
I guess my job could be technical freaking housewife at this point. Just God.
You really can't blame me. When you get up to work every day knowing that I might just die for no apparent reason, you get really pissed off for most of the day.
Yeah. Even when I spend the night, I don't want to come into your room when you're still asleep. This man is a freaking bear.
I don't want to scratch my back like this on fucking walls and shit.
I've seen him.
Because I can't fucking reach because I've got short little arms.
Like a fucking T-Rex.
And he'll maul your face off just as quick, man.
Yeah.
But
Tasty.
awkward moment. I guess I'd have to say when I was about 6 or 7, the first time I ever went to a shopping mall and got on an escalator.
Oh, shit.
The freaking motion and the surroundings standing still around me was too much. I got dizzy and fell head first down all the way from the top.
Oh, wow.
It's the only time he's gone all the
And
way.
while I was full crap.
Don't.
Holy
Yeah.
crap.
Even when I reached the bottom, I kept tumbling and tumbling and tumbling. It's like freaking watching a cartoon, too. Someone had to run over and grab me and pull me off. I was just out. I was like,
How many times did you conk your head? Like 80 times?
I couldn't even count. I was knocked down on the first
Of course
hit.
you couldn't count. You conked your head and knocked out your ability to count from the first hit.
Exactly.
That's why he's so lazy. He's afraid of falling down escalators again.
No.
He must have vast his work.
No, I use escalators more now than ever.
What if
You must have bashed
What is
that thing in the back of your head that contributes to work isotopes in the back of your skull.
Obviously, life is now an escalator for him.
He doesn't want to climb it.
He's stuck at the bottom.
I know, it's just going up mechanically. Why would he do anything?
I usually just sit down on escalators now.
I
go beyond even more.
I've never seen anyone sit down on the escalator.
Exactly.
That's why he's the laziest person we know.
My most awkward moment has got to be, I don't remember any of this, but it was when I was real young. You guys already heard the story, you two didn't. When I was like a toddler, like fucking 6 years old, I was the biggest flirt known to man. And we were at Applebee's one day, and this waitress was like, oh my god, he's the cutest thing. And and I forget, like, she like turned around to pick something up, and like I stared like right at her ass for like 8 seconds, and my eyes got all wide. And she got up, and I was like, "You're pretty." And my parents were like, "Oh my god, we're gonna get kicked out of Applebee's. We're never gonna be able to come back."
That ass.
Yeah, I found chicken Pampers.
Take my top off right down.
Oh,
Careful, it might be a surprise.
Alright, but we need to go into the lazy moments now.
It's like, I don't want the vet anymore, but I'll make you do it.
Let's go into the lazy moments.
Alright.
Does that weird moment count as your lazy moment too?
No. Because the weird moment, I'd say it's more weird. It's like more awkward because it's just something that happened to me. Oh! I got a lazy moment.
Oh shit!
Oh, here we go.
Don't you have like 80?
Read
I got
autobiography.
80,
He
but
has a lifetime order.
I got one specific one.
Yeah.
Back when I was going to school in Kimbrough, I had to take a bus there because I was part of BAC, which is basic attitude correction classes.
Anger management.
Because I was an angry little bastard.
I was in anger management too. I think that's something we all have in common, is we were really mad at children.
Half the
I
time,
had no emotion.
half the time Zell was just
Okay.
mad at me.
One day, I'm on the bus going home from school, and I always sleep on the way home. I always slept to and from. I was dead out.
I really don't blame you.
I was so asleep and quiet that the bus driver actually took me all the way to the bus barn before she realized I was on the bus. And then I was still asleep, and she drove me home on the bus. And we're like, "Did you even realize?" I was like, "I was asleep." I'm like, okay. But I don't hold nothing against her because she was one of my greatest friends going through school. She was a really cool bus driver. We always played slug bug on way to and from school. Freaking just no hits, just points.
Gotta have a fun bus driver.
Gotta have fun bus driver.
I never did.
I have a story about being on a bus.
My bus driver was always mad because he had to blare rap music all day. I was in fucking academy.
That would make me mad too.
Alright. So yeah, I ride the Dart to get around town sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And you see some interesting people when you ride the Dart.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Oh, I love this story.
I love this story.
What?
I heard this one.
Just listen.
You've heard this?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm sitting on the bus, right? And we got this really awesome, just straight hard Russian bus driver. Okay, so just like every time you get off, hello, and then you get off, thank you. just like
That's all he ever says.
that's all he needs to say.
If you ask him something, he just looks at you like, the fuck are you talking about?
He like you try to start a conversation. I don't speak English. It's like, he knows the language well enough to do his job, and nothing more. Okay, so this guy gets on board like he's straight hobo. You could tell he's probably been drinking more than his body weight worth in alcohol, and he's got this little skanky daughter or wife or both, like sister daughter behind him or something.
Sister daughter.
Okay, so basically, this guy doesn't have enough money to get a bus ticket, and he's giving the driver a hard time about it. Yeah, like this shit goes on for like at least 3-4 minutes. He's just like, like he's just inaudible, like illiterate. Maybe you could occasionally like understand the word "the."
One guy's too drunk to speak, and one guy's too Russian to speak.
Exactly. It's a pretty interesting little like.
Wait, but those are one and the same.
It's true.
There's I even forget what I was going to say.
Anyway,
Casting spells.
So
You made me snort.
So there's this guy on the bus, right? And I wish I could be this man. Okay, this man is probably the hero of like that entire month of my life.
Hero of bus drivers.
Yeah, well, he's
the hero of everything.
Not the bus driver. It's a different guy on the bus.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this guy on the bus, he's just like he just says so calmly, "Hey man, it's not his fault. You can't pay the ticket." And then like. You could
Hobo brains.
Yeah, hobo brain. you could just hear the gears just clunking in that 256 megabyte brain of his. And he's just like, calm down. And he just like looks over like a T1000 just initiate lock on. Just turns his head. He's there like starts just this drunken slur at the guy on the bus. You wanna go? You wanna go, me? You wanna go? And then the sister daughter behind him was like, you don't take on that shit, babe. You just like
Normal freaking
English
antagonizing.
Yeah. So the guy on the bus, he just looks at him and like calmer than a monk on morphine. This dude's just like, yeah, sure, let's take this outside. And then he gets up, and the hobo and sister daughter get off the bus. All right, and the guy just gets up, walks over, like he's about to get off the bus. He turns on to the bus driver. Shut the door, mate. So the bus driver shuts the door. Everybody just on the bus starts laughing. We just drive off.
Look at him.
Yeah.
What was his face? Like, how embarrassed was he?
I don't know. I didn't look back.
You were just too busy laughing.
He was probably just stuck there for a month trying to
I would have shook his hand and took a fucking selfie with him.
For first thing on my mind was this story's got to go on Facebook.
Oh,
see, $20 says that man's still sitting there trying to register what just happened.
I'm sure he's got a backlog.
He's like, man, I just got told I need to go fuck my sister daughter mother.
It's time for family game night.
Fucking twisted. Put your hand on the peach-colored cylinder. Stolen.
I don't get it.
You're too young for this.
Get your young ass out of it.
Go home, dude. You're young.
No.
Go home, love your young.
No. Square up. Anyway, my laziest moment has to be. Oh God. Okay. This was in 9th grade, and for those of you that don't know on the podcast, I had a really rough time in middle school. I was like the world's biggest asshole.
Don't you technically mean 10th grade?
10th grade?
Yeah. Going to high school in 10th grade. He started high school in 10th grade.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then he took it like 4 times.
Yeah. So I was in like, it's stupid because I was in freshman classes and it was registering me in 10th grade. And, you know, I just got to high school and I was like, this isn't right. I was like all quiet and so I was like, this isn't right. This is wrong. And,
Nobody
and, so I was in math one day and I had this teacher who remained nameless because we were afraid of teachers by last names. And I was so damn lazy in that class that she would walk up to the desk and be like, are you going to take the test today? And I'd be like, no, are you stupid? And she'd just walk away. And this one time, I don't know if she was trying to prove a point or if like I was being openly mocked by everyone in class. This was like a big joke. But like every day in math, I fell asleep. And I must have stayed up till like 6 a.m. or something because like I fell asleep in math, and I woke up, and I was like, that's weird. Normally I wake up when everyone's getting ready to go to lunch, and the bell rings, and I'm like, all right, go to lunch. I get up without my stuff, and everybody's still sitting there, and they're just watching me, and I'm like, this is the lunch. And people just start getting up, and they're picking up their backpacks and binders and shit, and I'm like, what are you taking that to lunch for? And my teacher's like, you know what time it is? And I'm like, no, and she informs me that I slept through lunch. I slept all through class and lunch. And you remember we have like an hour or like 30-minute lunch? And like the period,
there's 3 lunches.
Yeah.
Four.
I slept through every lunch. Every lunch, including the class. And you know what my reaction was? This is what makes it the ultimate lazy moment. You know what my reaction was? I just shrugged and walked away.
It was Moats, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't Moats.
Oh God, Miss Moats.
Oh God!
I had her for 6 weeks and I couldn't.
He forced her to quit. He is so lazy. He forced that bitch to quit.
No, actually.
You know how freaking they say no one can sleep in her class?
Uh-huh.
I did it.
Me too.
Every day.
I tried. I failed.
Guess
but
what? The next year, I was going to be in her class again. She transferred me. She transferred me to another teacher.
Alright, well now we cannot refer to our school by name because that's her last name.
Oh, I don't care. I'm not ever going to speak about that.
I know, and you don't like her. You think she's a bitch, and she kind of is.
She is.
I remember
She doesn't teach there anymore.
the whole reason she
she didn't teach when she was there.
Yeah, exactly.
True.
The whole reason I was in basic math in the first place is because she refused to do her job. Because I was in mid-transfer, and they were like 3 weeks ahead because she's a fucking slave-driving taskmaster. And I was like, I don't understand any of this. We didn't learn it in that class. And she was like, well, I'm not going to explain it to you. And I was like, but I really don't understand it. And like, I would make a spectacle, and I would stand up at her desk, and I just would not sit back down. I'd be like, I'm not being a jerk. I really need to learn this shit. And and she would like explain it, but she would explain shit that she explained that day.
Yeah.
Like, I told you we didn't learn it, and you know the class I came from is like 3 weeks behind.
Why are there letters?
I didn't know this shit was English. So what happens is for like the next 5 days I'm transferred to CMC. She's like, don't even bother going to class, go to content mastery. Which is pretty much like where people go if they really need help, for those of you that don't know. And after like 5 days they were sick of me, they thought I was skipping class, so they put me in basic.
Honed.
Yeah, but it was funny because I started whooping all ass in basic, and they're like, why are you even in basic? And I was like, because my teacher's an ass.
I got my share of revenge on Miss Moats. She was literally probably the worst teacher I've ever had. Not just because she was a bitch, because she didn't teach at all. It was like, okay, here's the work.
Do it.
I'm going to sit here and read my book for the next hour and a half, so just have fun. One of those things. I'm not going to get up and disturb you guys unless, you're not working. So
Yeah.
but I will go out of my way if I see you crack open a book or do anything unproductive.
Or try to take one of my Kleenexes. You had to have your own Kleenexes.
I remember that. You brought your own fucking hand sanitizer and Kleenex.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Okay, well, I didn't care about hygiene when I was in high school, so.
No one did. No one did. I didn't.
Anyway, so story about what I did with Miss Moats. Actually, cell phone. Hello.
Oh my god, so unprofessional.
What are you doing?
I'm at Patrick's house. We are recording a podcast.
You're live.
You're live. Say something.
You're gonna be on the YouTube.
Nope.
Nope.
She doesn't want to participate. The only way to get out of this is to hang up.
We still love you.
I'm not taking it off speaker.
Call me when you're ready to come home if it's raining, and I'll come get you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
We love you.
How long has he gotten that last word?
I don't know who that was.
That was my mom.
That was his mom.
Okay.
Madre.
Yeah, by the way, in case y'all didn't recognize by now, if you call during the podcast, we're going to make a spectacle of you and just, put you on a pedestal to be laughed at.
Exactly.
That's why I turned my shit off.
My shit's on. Where is
Anyway,
my shit?
so what I did with Miss Moats, okay? So, do you remember how in the classrooms they had that stupid little, Elmo projector?
Yeah, it's like a camera, but it projects it to the wall.
Yeah, it was like it was this little like USB like thing that you put.
I remember those. It was the upgraded version of the dinosaur overhead projector.
Yeah.
With the vis-a-vis.
I don't remember that. It's probably because I was only in her class for like 3 days.
Every teacher used them though.
Yeah,
There's a thing that sat way up here on the roof and it like projected everything.
Yeah, it said Elmo on it, didn't it?
Yeah.
We joked about that.
Okay.
There's only one thing that I think the projector's for.
Rudeness?
No. They had to turn out the lights. That made it easier for me to sleep.
Anyway,
And I couldn't see you.
as I was getting to the Elmo projector, I noticed one day. Oh, this thing has a SD card slot.
Oh,
So I'm like, well, I have a extra, like, really small SD card that I know I'll never need again. So I go home, and rather than doing my homework that night like I should have done, of course it was porn.
Yes!
But not just any porn. I find the most lewd tentacle hentai that I can. Like the armpit of Japan is what I just put on this SD card, okay? And in slideshow form, mind you. And just like auto slideshow, like cycles a picture.
So
like
when
3
it turns on, just click.
Oh yeah, and I actually set the projector to auto boot from the SD card. So I go in before she does. I put the SD card in the machine, and I just take my seat, and everyone else comes into class, and then she sits down. And
no one knows it's yours, too.
No, not a single person. I didn't even tell anyone the story until after I graduated.
I'm surprised that didn't get her fired.
You told me sophomore year.
Did I?
Yeah.
I didn't make.
But then you were gone the rest of the year.
That's what I meant. So, anyway, class starts. She goes about 30 minutes into a lecture, just normal class, right?
Yeah.
Pushes the power on the projector, and today we're going to talk about it was fractions or some shit. She hasn't looked up at the screen yet. So for about the first 10-15 seconds of the lecture, she doesn't know what's on the screen.
Was everyone screaming, or were they dead quiet? Were they just
it was pretty damn silent.
They were
some kids were just like. Oh! and then there was a few that actually just covered their eyes. They just put their head down.
Avert your eyes, children.
and then this one asshole,
tentacles aren't supposed to go there, Miss Moats.
This one asshole just has to ruin it for the whole class and say, Miss Moats, look at the screen. And then she's like, well, what is it?
You are the hero we deserve.
And she's immediately turned off the projector and just okay, class. I have no idea how that got there.
You should have been of course you don't.
That
you fucking slut.
I never went back to the SD card.
You just left it there. Leave the evidence behind.
Yeah.
I hope you had word glove because they did fingerprints.
No, I did.
Fingerprints aren't as easy as they are on the show. Just
dude, it costs thousands of dollars to do that.
Or just do everything with that.
Plus, there's such backlogs.
They only bless you. They only do that shit if there's a murder or something. They're gonna be he put something somewhere. Who gives a fucking shit? We're not gonna spend $1,000 to incriminate some kid.
Right.
I don't know, just do better disciplining your fucking class. Is what they tell her.
Dave, you are the hero we deserve.
They put the prints in the system sometimes.
Yeah, you're an idiot.
I'm an idiot.
Your brainlessness is showing.
Dave didn't show up today.
Dave is not here.
Sorry, I'm too lazy. I left my brain somewhere.
Dave's not here, man.
He's not here.
Dave's not here, man.
Dave is everywhere.
Dave is everywhere.
Daveism?
It's always been Dave.
It's always been Dave. Oh my god.
We're talking about Dave Grohl, right?
No, I was talking about
Dave Grohl?
No, not David Grohl.
Dave Grohl is God.
That's how you spell God backwards.
Kojima is God.
Stop with the cultural references.
I'm sorry.
But, alright. Now, we have to talk about games because we're all fucking young adults here, and young adults either go to college, play games, or masturbate, and I don't want to talk about any of those other things.
There's no or found here.
Make games where you can do all three.
It's called
Did you list off 3 things?
No,
Crazy.
Hey,
you're nuts.
Persona 3.
Persona 3. Is
Go
that
to
your
school.
favorite game of the year?
No.
Like, if you had to pick a game that's just like the one that you would go back to the most, or like the one that you cherish the most for this year, what would it be?
For
Or
this year.
last year,
Last year.
because it's 2014
Yeah.
now.
Come on, people, give it the time.
I'd have to say,
Step
just because of the freedom and how fun it is, Saints Row 4.
Saints Row 4?
Yeah. Because it's got one of my favorite songs in it by Steve Bush, The Touch, from the old Transformers movie in 1993.
Can we get a sponsor from Steve Bush, please? We love your music.
I love that.
We love that bushy goodness.
Get out.
Get the fuck out of here.
We're getting sued. I'm dropping this account. Straight off.
Disclaimer, we will say rude things.
Yeah. We joke because we love. And we love because we joke.
And we fart because we eat.
Some of the rude dude beat the shit out of me. Rude dude's ass.
Like, I don't understand. Like, okay, this is an actual science question. Like, you eat and it produces shit, so where does the fart come from? Like, no, I know you think it's funny, but it's a legit question because
Like, the
I actually
chemical
know.
reaction to, like, compress.
I actually know.
enlighten me.
Enlighten me.
When when you eat, the physical matter will actually be broke down into shit, but it also creates gases in your intestinal
Oh, like
tract.
pockets of air.
Yeah, and it will either travel through your intestine or out through your throat. Burps and farts.
Oh, okay.
The same thing.
So pretty
Just
much.
one smells worse.
So pretty much,
Yeah.
if you burp
After
after like 8 hours after you eat, then that's pretty much you burping up your own shit.
No.
No, because it doesn't go in reverse.
Yeah.
It doesn't go in
Once
reverse.
it's in your
It won't
ass,
go
it's
down.
in your ass. It's staying in your
It's
ass.
like this anus is like a big storage container.
It kind of is.
That's
is.
exactly what it
Do
is.
you know how much shit your colon can hold?
Do you even know how?
Do you know how much shit's in there right now?
I don't.
Probably a lot. Dude, I did like the most
I emptied it before I
unhealthy...
came.
We'll go back talk about video games in a second. I just want to divulge
Very
this.
bad content.
Dude, like your intestinal tract is like over 20 feet.
You guys are going to be like, you need to go to the doctor right now because I did what's probably the most unhealthy thing to do at work today. Because... We can keep going. We're just going to keep going. I don't give a fuck anymore. I extended my YouTube. I can post for as long as I want. This could be 10 hours if I wanted.
Oh shit!
It's not going to last 10 hours. We're going to run out of things to talk about.
I gotta get out of here.
Amateurs.
Yeah, I know. It's only 6 right now. It's not even 6. But tell me how unhealthy this is. All right, so I wake up, I eat, but I'm getting rushed to go to work, so I'm like, I don't have time to shit. So I don't, because I just ate these little fucking chocolate things. I'm not gonna have to shit from that. I do. My body's like, oh, you want to not shit? So my boss and his helper are out on break. And I'm sitting there, they're like, all right, we're going to take a break. You can work or you can just sit here listening to your podcast for a while. We don't care. So I'm sitting there, and the whole time I'm just sitting in the chair with like my head in my hands. I'm like, don't shit. Don't shit. Don't shit. Because there's no plumbing where we're working. There's no plumbing. And even if there was plumbing, there's no fucking toilet paper. My older brother said, when you start being an electrician, bring your own toilet paper. And I was like, no, I don't shit on the job. And I still don't to this day. Because like I had to shit for like 20 minutes. I was holding it. And then I was like, ah! And then like I reverted my shit. like I had to shit really bad. And then I held it for so long, I didn't have to. I haven't checked my underwear. I was totally clean. I didn't shit myself or anything. I just held it for so long. It just rage quit and gave up. And I ate McDonald's, and I'm gonna eat dinner after y'all leave, and I still don't have to shit. And how unhealthy is that? How unhealthy?
You're gonna die.
It's like not shitting is a leading cause of constipation. Oh, you don't say.
Like you're gonna die. Dedicate this podcast to Patrick.
He's gonna die if he didn't want to take a shit.
Oh my god.
Death by lack of shitting.
That's how Elvis
I'll
went.
make sure that.
So Elvis swear he's not dead.
He's not dead.
I'll make sure
Elvis
to put that on
doesn't
your tombstone then.
He's not dead.
If you vandalize my tombstone, I'm gonna come back from the grave just to beat your ass. I'm not even gonna want brains. I'm just gonna be like, yeah. When a zombie doesn't even want brains, that's when you know there's problems. But, okay. Do you have a game of the year that you think's the coolest game you've played?
It wasn't made this year.
It doesn't have to be. Just
But
a game that you think is the coolest. Like,
Yeah.
it could be something like as old as Nintendo shit.
But
Something you played last
it's kind of like a fair fight between Skyrim and Minecraft. I know it's the most generic, well, like the most common.
That's because it's good.
Yeah, because like so many new things have come out from Minecraft in the past year, for the Xbox at least.
Yeah.
My PC can't even run Minecraft.
Neither can mine. Mine's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
My poor little shit is
Zell
working on it.
can.
Zells can run anything.
I feel like Zelda could run real life.
That's probably how we're alive right now. His
We're living
computer's
in it.
still probably
We're living
secretly
in it.
running life right now. Life.exe.
What?
Oh my god, I get it now.
Yep.
Zealous Haruhi.
Anyway, it's an anime. We're not going to respond to it because it's a cultural reference and his idiocy is showing. So, Skyrim or Minecraft? Because things have come out. You can pick both. I don't care.
They recently came out with a texture pack that is Skyrim for Minecraft.
Yeah.
So I have to say that Minecraft wins the game.
Yeah, because they took Skyrim, butt fucked it, and then took a picture of it and said, "That's me."
The fun thing about Minecraft is I haven't really played Minecraft extensively. I mean, it's one of those games that you have to sit down and get into. It's like seriously, if you turn on Minecraft first time playing, it's like, okay, what the fuck do I do? But
that's the fun of it.
You have to figure out what you have to do. I mean, we all have this thing. Like, if you start a new game on Minecraft now, you know you got to make a crafting bench, and then you got to make a house, and then you start making your weapons to defend yourself from monsters and shit.
Yeah.
First time playing Minecraft, you don't know that that's a necessity.
Yeah,
you don't even know what you
just
can
wander aimlessly.
Yeah,
you make a crafting bench in the middle of fucking nowhere.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
I just I got wood. Oh, I can put wood in wood. What? Dude, I didn't play Minecraft very much, but I know that you can pretty much turn it into any other game. It's like a ditto of the game. It really is.
No, that'd be RPG Maker.
RPG Maker.
You could make anything.
We don't talk
with
about
shit.
that here.
Dude, the original RPG Maker PS1 is like the best game ever. If I wanted to, I could remake Final Fantasy VII in that fucking thing. I could remake any game. I'll make a fucking PS1 Skyrim on it if I still had it. It would take up like 8 PS1 memory cards of data, but I could do it.
Game of 2013.
Sounds like Zell's early work.
Yeah. Young Jeff.
Shiny gold.
Shiny gold. This guy, by the way, in case y'all don't know, there's a Pokemon hack that was out, hack or ROM, whatever you want to call it. They didn't come out with a new gold version, and you know what? I think that's my most mentally just weird scenario. That's your weird scenario?
Yeah, because I never really got to say one.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So I'll go on with the shiny gold story. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's back in 2005, 2006. Okay. I'm just
go Liz.
Like 6th grade. Okay. I'm just a stupid little kid. But like most stupid little kids back in the mid 2000s, Pokemon was
the shit.
Pokemon was the shit. You had what was it back then? Like Ruby and Sapphire. You were like the coolest kid. It doesn't, back in 5th grade. The guy that could run the fastest was the most the biggest chick magnet. No, 6th grade. You had Ruby and Sapphire. No, you got all the bitches.
You got yourself a shiny Deoxys. All them nerd bitches are gasming all over.
Exactly.
That didn't work in California.
It didn't. You know what also doesn't work in California?
Everything.
My penis.
Did it?
Someone did.
Someone did. Parents.
Awkward moment.
So, anyway.
Didn't work.
Fire Red and Leaf Green had been out for about a year, and those games were great. Even at that young age, I was aware of the concept of, taking an old game, making it new again with modern graphics, a modern system, just add a few little features. Hey, this is fun. I enjoyed Fire Red and Leaf Green. I waited patiently for about a year for Nintendo to announce a remake for Gold and Silver. They didn't. and Gold and Silver were my favorite Pokemon games, like, ever. Like,
Yes.
Can we all just agree that Gold and Silver were masterpieces?
It's the most memorable one besides Pokemon Red. I went from Red to Silver.
Yeah, I was Blue Gold, but yeah.
I was yellow gold.
That's still all good. I got yellow like when it was way
I
too
was
late.
blue silver.
It was his yellow.
At one point, I had like four
I went
copies
red
of yellow.
Yeah. See, Gold, I probably beat that game 30 times and it just wasn't worth it. It had 16 badges. You had both regions. Fucking Red. Red made the game.
He did.
I mean, like, well,
So
kind of
much
literally, if you think about it.
Yeah, he did.
But-
he made the game.
I remember, like, my story.
Did you hear about the theory that Red is Ash's father?
No. Well, yes, but that's not true.
Good,
That's
good.
still
He
good.
didn't tell a story. I want to hear this.
Sorry, go.
Anyway, so Nintendo doesn't announce a remake. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm smarter than most kids my age. Why don't I just like start a little something? I started doing a lot of research. Apparently there was this program out. This was back in the days of Windows XP, okay? But like computers these days just didn't do the shit they had now. But back then, you had a PC, you were either a rich gamer or just some little kid that wanted to...
Super privileged.
Yeah. Anyway.
Porn wasn't a problem.
Yeah, like you. Remember back in the yeah. Anyway, where was I?
Talking about you.
So,
just
yeah,
looked at Twitter.
There was these programs. There was a program called Advanced Map where you could take. The funny thing about the GBA and Windows XP, even though the GBA had just come out and there was already emulators for it. Perfectly functional emulators that, oh, hey, a new game came out, let me just download it to my PC. That was back when emulators and systems were actually, like, neck to neck. It's not like nowadays where you can only emulate shit that's 10 years old. But
I got PSP files.
yeah,
I'll get it eventually.
But, where was it? So, I figure out I can just take this ROM of Fire Red version, change around the maps, change around the characters, and I can remake Gold version. I can remake my childhood, and then I can have people enjoy it. And it seemed like a great idea. So I start on it, and I get probably about to the first gym, like, worth of just game. And I go on these forums and post around ideas and stuff, and people come onto it really quickly. They're like, why has no one done this before? Why are we not funding this? So I get a shit ton of support to help me make this Gold remake. And in fact, I didn't even have a name for it. It like the title screen still said Pokemon Fire Red. Okay. But some people like helped me make the music. Some people made the sprites. Some people even did scripting. All I did, I was just, at that, like, after a point,
You were just gathering.
I was the compiler. That's all I was.
You're the glue.
Yeah, exactly. So me and these friends, this project goes on for about 2 years, and we would occasionally like release betas. Like, okay, now the game goes up to like the 6th gym, and now it goes to parts of Kanto are explorable now. We just kept going on throughout it, right? And 2008, 3 years after I started this project, I was 14 at the time. I have about 95% of the game completely coded. The only thing that was missing was like Fuchsia City and like parts of Mount Silver were the only things I had left to code. Nintendo's like, yo dog, Heart Gold, Soul Silver.
No, like, you're too slow, bitch.
As soon as that got announced, like my brain just like turned off.
It was like, fuck this.
I just stopped the project at that point. I'm like, fuck this. Fuck all of y'all. I'm done.
You know what you should do?
Fuck you!
You know what you should do? You should, like, just start back up and then just make a big-ass massive cliffhanger.
See, I thought about that, but the computer that I used for all that stuff died like 8 years ago. And
Files are gone.
like all the files are gone.
Yeah.
It's open source, so if you can find the latest version online, download it, you can make your own tweaks and ultimately finish it yourself.
Latest version
Yeah.
of an incomplete game.
Yeah, the latest version, I think, actually went up to like, well, yeah, Fuchsia City. I just hadn't coded in that west part of Kanto. But that was probably when I just stopped altogether. But
Wasn't Fuchsia City in the middle, kind of?
it was like in the southern, like
Yeah, like southeastern. He wasn't in the Western.
Well, it was like this whole part of the Southwest and shit. I didn't make that.
Yeah, like it was.
Yeah, that's
You
where
could-
the
you could take
Safari Zone was.
Yeah, you could take the ocean to Cinnabar Island.
Well, like Fuchsia City was there, but like the route to get to Cinnabar and like to the
Seafoam Island.
and to this like the cycling road, like the routes were blocked off. Like I just put a wall there to where you couldn't get there because there was nothing behind it.
Back when Pokemon didn't have stupid ass names for everything.
Right.
Seafoam Island.
Hey, that's a legitimate name. Like I could picture that being a legit island name
I
instead
don't
of
know,
fucking
man.
nowadays like Unova. Who the fuck would name something Unova?
You know what I'm talking about? That's all I can think about. I hate
Actually,
exactly.
the
Facepalm now.
Exactly.
every city,
That's the point.
Everyone gather your palms.
every Kanto city is named after a color. Did you guys notice that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is cool.
Pallet Town, Viridian City,
And they use
Cerulean.
the color palette to yeah.
And in the yellow version, because remember back this was before Game Boy Color was a thing. So now that the games had color, yellow.
Yeah, they started. When
Like,
you went in, it changed color.
It changed the color according to the name of the city.
Yeah, that was
Cerulean
cool.
City was fucking
Blue.
Cerulean.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
that
then
was so cool.
I like that. And then Johto, all the cities are named after plants in
Yeah.
Johto.
Yeah.
And then
And then they just
And then-
started smoking
Oh,
crack.
yeah, and then Hoa, and then they just like, let's just be a normal RPG and name the cities after. Let's just get some random vowels and consonants, like put them in like a little algorithm, and if it's something that you can physically pronounce, we'll use it as a name.
Like everyone at the office like
What's
put
the-
like a letter in the basket and like everyone just drew letters and fucking whatever they came up with, like, okay, how do you pronounce this? Help me rearrange the words. This is gonna
Right.
be this city.
Although Hoenn did kind of have like some of the coolest Pokemon to come into the series.
The whole games were good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not
I'm
saying
saying
that.
that.
I'm not saying they weren't.
I
Yeah,
know,
I'm just saying they
the
shout out on names.
Yeah.
And
Although-
then Platinum.
Zigzag Munado.
I think
You just jumped like way into the
Yeah,
future.
yeah.
I know.
You're like a
Well,
very
actually-
ill-mouthed Doctor Who.
honestly, I think Gold and Silver was the most revolutionary of any
Yeah.
of the Pokemon.
Yeah.
Because it added the most shit and included a bunch of features that we still have today. Day and night, breeding is a prime example.
Yeah, that made a lot of
Finally being
people's
able
games.
to run.
Yeah.
Well, that was Ruby Sapphire, wasn't it?
No.
No,
You think running
started in Gold and Silver.
No.
Gold and Silver was
Crystal.
before
Actually,
Ruby and
no,
Sapphire.
no, running was Ruby and Sapphire.
Yes, it was.
Crystal started the boy-girl thing.
Yeah,
Crystal also started combat animations
and berries.
and berries. Gold and Silver had the berries.
They had berries, but it wasn't an extensive.
Auto TM and HM. Because back in Red and Blue, if you wanted to cut a tree, you would have to go to the Pokemon menu,
Yeah.
go down to it, cut. When Gold and Silver, oh look, a tree, A. You want to cut? A. Cut tree, cut.
The tree's gone.
Yeah.
Walk up to the freaking water. You want to serve? Serve.
Yeah, you couldn't do that in Red and Blue. You actually had to go to the...
They're like, you're standing in front of water. What the hell could you possibly want? You want to cut the water?
You want to fish?
You want to fish?
Like I hated Ruby and Sapphire's like HM like animations where it like quickly show up the Pokemon
And then show like
and then like show the tree like falling apart.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't
It just fall
understand?
apart. It just
It was
disintegrated.
annoying. No, I don't understand. Like, I'm not sure if this is new about like X and Y because I haven't played any of them. But like, the Pokemon nowadays have all these badass animations when they show up. Why don't they have attack animations? Like, if you tell it to Scratch, why doesn't it fucking do like that in Scratch?
they
They
did
do
it in
now.
X and Y now.
They do it in X and Y now?
Yeah.
About fucking time.
Yeah.
They finally listened to me. Now we only need them to listen to my idea about making, like, increasing 100 levels in the level cap. And, like, adding, like, twice as many regions you can go to.
God.
They need.
Dude, you know that would be awesome.
They really need to make a game where you can just go to all of them.
You know that's physically possible now because
They could do it.
since X and Y actually are like online and have like updates and shit, they could put DLC into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly
And
my
the
point. But
only
why?
reason-
Why don't they?
And since it's online
Well,
and
'cause
does
it's only,
get
like, 2 months
updates,
old.
that's the only reason they only added 60 Pokemon into the new set.
You know why
new
they're not
game.
doing it, right?
Huh.
Because they're gonna wait until nobody likes it anymore, and then they're gonna be like, "Hey, remember how good the past was? Well, you can live it back." That's exactly what they're gonna do.
And then all these old men are gonna pick up their DS and be like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah. Well,
Like
I'll be
40-year-old dudes are gonna be like, "Hey,
We'll all have our own kids.
I got a coffin, you know.
Like Red and Blue obviously started it all, but there was just some like bullshit mechanics in that game that just did not make sense whatsoever. I'm not even talking about glitches like missing and stuff. I'm just talking about like how the game was supposed to run just didn't, like, what the fuck? Like, your special attack and special defense were fused into one stat.
Attack.
It just special is all there was in Red and Blue. And Pokemon that had a really high special were OP as hell because they had the attack and the defense.
Yeah, and they just wrecked everyone's shit.
It's like, oh, you have an Alakazam? Oh, might as well run away. Yeah, pretty much.
I still hate that shit. Why did Abras start off like in the early games? This pissed me off because now they have new Pokeballs to help this.
Yeah.
But like, if you found an Abra in the early ones, you will fuck. There was no way to catch it because it would immediately fucking teleport. And all you had were Pokeballs, so you had to like get super lucky with an Ultra Ball or catching like a level 2, or you had to like get a fucking Master Ball glitch it and like
Mean looking.
Yeah,
no, there wasn't mean looks in like Red and Blue.
There was.
There was some kind of move like that. If it wasn't Mean Look, because I remember
They had Mean Look.
Yeah,
it was there.
They did.
Yeah.
None of my Pokemon ever learned
The
that.
only one that learned it is Haunter.
And
Only by.
And if you have a
besides,
Haunter,
dude, that
what's
was
the
like
point of
before
that?
the internet. Nobody knew that shit unless they got everything.
I know.
Oh, even the type chart was kind of screwy.
No, the number one thing that was screwy in that game was the fact that your only real hope against Sabrina was Haunter, Ghastly, or Gengar. But they're also poisoned, so when she hits you, dead.
No, get this. In Red, Blue, and Yellow, Ghost was also weak against Psychic. So your one hope was a Pokemon that had a 4 times weakness against what you were fighting.
G.
And then they added Dark and Steel type, and things started to make sense. But
And now they have Flying. I don't think they had Flying.
Oh,
I think it was all just normal.
no, they had what was called the Bird type.
Shit, yeah.
I remember that.
And then they just changed Bird to Flying in Gold and Silver.
They're like, yeah.
Because they were like, we can't think of any more fucking birds. They all look the same.
Yeah.
And they had Dragon and Gold as well. Gold and Silver.
No, Dragon was there.
Well,
It was
Dragon's been there.
Yeah.
Dragon was OP as shit.
Dragonite, right?
Well, yeah, they had dragons, but did they have a specific dragon type?
Yes, they did.
Yeah, they did.
Like Dragonite.
Charizard originally was Dragon.
No, he wasn't.
No, he was always fire.
We always made jokes about that because he couldn't learn
Fire
fly.
and bird. Fire and bird.
He was Firebird. I remember the only
gigantic fucking dinosaur with Firebird.
yeah, like Aerodactyl and Gyarados aren't dragons, but this stupid little Dratini snake is a dragon. Yeah, good G Pokemon.
Nerdcast.
Oh,
So the podcast.
what was your first shiny Pokemon you caught?
I still haven't even seen one.
We need to.
Well, obviously
legit.
Gyarados, but
We need to.
Like, I mean, a legitimate capture.
I have shiny stories actually. The first shiny that I ever encountered was in Gold version. Okay, and get this. It was before the red Gyarados. I saw like a legit shiny before the Gyarados, but the problem was
Before it was cool.
it was on the first route. It was a shiny Pidgey. Shiny Pidgey is the most legit thing ever because he's gold, and then he evolves in like this shiny, just flamboyantly gold Pidgeot. Like I am fucking fabulous with my 6 feet of gold hair, you know, like that kind of thing. So, but this was in the part of the game before you get Pokeballs. So, so I just stared at it like, I want this. What do you want me to do?
Like you never turn it off and you like never play it again.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Next legit shiny was in Sapphire. It was kind of gay. It was a clay doll. Okay.
My first shiny was a tentacle.
But
That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, my second was a Geodude.
Yeah, doesn't Tentacle turn purple with green orbs?
or something like that.
He turns purple.
He has
at least.
green orbs.
Yeah,
But I forget what color he was.
You know what the best shiny is? I just caught a shiny last week in X and Y. Guess what though? It's a lantern. Okay,
A lantern?
You remember Lantern, the stupid little fish,
Yeah.
the little fish with the
the anglerfish. Yeah.
yeah. It's green. It's the Green Lantern.
My first shiny, but I think it would either have to be the Poochyena or no, it was a Dratini.
Really?
Yeah.
He wasn't getting shinies until way later in life.
Yeah.
Me?
I still haven't gotten
No,
one.
I can't remember what game it was on, but
It was late though. It was like
Shinies are
like
easy
white
to
and
get
black.
nowadays.
The first shiny I caught was on gold version, and it's really cool.
I think I
First shiny I caught
it
was
was
Ruby.
after I caught the red Gyarados. I was chasing down Raikou,
Ooh.
and I go into a patch of grass, and I find a shiny Noctowl.
Wasn't this before you knew what shinies were?
Yeah, I caught it too. I actually caught it.
You were like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, I was just like, wait, why does that look like ashes? And Professor Oak kept talking about ashes because it has a different coloration on its wings.
Mm.
You
Normal
got the
Noctowl-
fucking example.
Yeah.
You got the example. Awesome.
How you do it?
I think it was in silver. I caught a shiny Dratini.
Dragon's Den.
I think so. Yeah.
That's pretty bitchin'.
That was very bitchin', actually.
I was just surfing.
Did you evolve it?
Weird looking
Yeah.
tentacle came up and I was like, I got a great ball of that shit.
This is like this is something I never understood about Pokemon. Is you're supposed to be nice and love them, yet we smash them in the face with balls made of steel.
Dude, Nita actually jumped all over Pokemon shit.
Yeah. It's so fucking ridiculous. I
All
have
I
this
gotta
ball
say
of
is that
steel.
you're
That
tricky.
ball, the size of that ball, it's got to be at least 3 or 4 pounds. And you're slamming it into this dragon's face.
You can force
The
them
buildings.
to self-destruct. You can force them to kill themselves. You
You
force them. You look at them and you say, kill yourself.
You fucking die.
I'll character my last Pokemon.
Pokemon don't die, they just...
Yeah.
Shut up. That's how we...
Hey.
So Ash killed
Luke's
Gary's
childish.
Rattata.
Rattata.
That
Ash
theory.
killed
That theory.
That theory.
Okay, I have a question for you guys.
Why?
How do you pronounce Pidgeotto's third evolution?
Pidgeot.
Or Pidgey's?
Pidgeot. Pidgeot.
I always heard it Pidgeot and Pidgeot. I have no
Pidgeot?
idea why
Who
anyone
the
would
fuck
call
called
it
it Pidgeot?
P-I-D-J-I-T.
It's like Pidgeot. Who called it that?
I don't even know. Like, I've heard
It's probably you.
no, I've heard it
Don't
several
think
places.
so.
Like, I was arguing for Pidgeot.
Oh my god.
California's
I was
a weird
actually
place.
watching, I actually
Oh,
watched
man.
some of the Unova, Pokemon episodes, and Ash had to go through some past crap that he had to way back when. He had to level a Caterpie so it could fly off with its friends. He evolved a Caterpie in one day all the way up to a Butterfree and let it go.
Yep.
What level do they evolve at?
15.
Well, he did some power leveling right there. One day.
Eat the damn candy.
Dude, Ash
he
logic.
forced
Like,
protein shakes down its throat.
It's either 15 or 10.
those 10.
10.
Yeah, because 7
Because at level 5, it
7
goes-
is Cocoon.
Metapod.
7
Or Metapod,
and
sorry.
10.
You remember the epic
Yeah.
Metapod battle?
That was in the anime.
When Ash's Metapod when
He was like all these doing body motions, getting into use Harden or retaliate
and
with Harden.
and like they just sat there like near the end they were just like like sweating. It's like really intense.
I know you can't feel this, but I'm really hard right now.
That reminds me of a Facebook picture I saw. That was like a Metapod, like all depressed, hanging by the side of its bed, and there was another Metapod in the bed, all mad. And it said Metapod used Harden, but it failed.
String shot.
String shot.
Oh my god.
Powder,
I
hard,
gotta tell you something. Okay.
String shot.
If you play Ruby, Sapphire, or Emerald, and you get a Cascoon or a Silcoon, do not put that mofo in a freaking daycare center.
Yeah.
If you come back, it's spitting out eggs from nowhere.
Dude,
You can leave it in there alone, and it just literally craps eggs out. You can walk away, one route, come back, there's an egg.
Yep.
Dude,
I hated it. I had so many worm pull.
we've been talking about this for almost 10 minutes now.
I actually gotta get out.
You heading out?
Yeah, I got 10 minutes to be home.
Unfortunate.
Alright.
Does anybody actually play Pokemon competitively in this room?
No,
Competitively?
no.
I'm trying to get this guy to set up a team so I can fight him.
See, I'm trying to set up my team too.
I'm the least competitive dude ever. You know how there's competitive gaming clans?
Yeah.
I made up a gaming clan for
Non-competitive.
non-competitive gaming.
So pretty much single player.
Yeah, like the rule of the clan.
Competitive Animal Crossing.
Literally, dude, that shit would get intense with my sister when we had it on GameCube. We would fight each other for it.
You know that was a thing, right? Competitive Animal Crossing.
Yeah, dude.
See who could catch the most Aeropina.
Yeah.
We'd fucking those fucking roid things.
Okay.
Oh yeah, the little gyro.
I have a
That's what
question.
they're
I
called.
have a question for anybody in here, for everybody in here.
Yeah.
What is your personal opinion on an Absol?
Absol.
Badass Pokemon.
That is like the crit king right there.
I don't really care.
I
never got too into
Weavile.
it.
Weavile all the way.
Weavile is another piece of my team. Those two are my two
so,
my
Get this. Weavile's hidden ability in X and Y is Sniper. A ability that instead of your critical hits doing double damage, they do triple damage.
What?
Yes. So you can have a Weavile, EV train it with attack and speed. He has the 10th highest speed of any Pokemon in the game. Okay. So Night Slash, which has a high critical hit rate, given the scope lens, extra crit rate. He has a 50% chance of doing triple damage with his 400 attack. He just sweep.
That is right.
The problem with Weavile though is he's fragile as hell.
He gets hit.
He's a glass cannon.
Like all you gotta do is just hit him with what's the weakest fighting type attack?
Like quick attack. Not quick attack.
Like
seismic
Force
toss.
palm.
Yeah, force palm. Just backhand Weavile, gone.
As long as it'll do 4 times damage.
You can even see just the animation struggling to do it that fast. His health bar will be green one frame, gone the next. It doesn't even go yellow, red. It's just green, gone.
But one of our members are leaving. We're gonna keep this up for 10 more minutes, 9 minutes. So, bye, Mikey.
See you guys.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Hey, you're gonna come back for the second episode, right?
Yeah.
Damn right.
We won't be back.
We're probably gonna air it on Saturday because we have a lot more shit to talk about than I thought.
Yeah.
This might be a fucking 2-hour podcast.
Gotta go.
This is going to
See you,
be
dude.
a tradition.
A tradition.
This is going to be a
Will
tradition.
we?
But next time, we need Jack Daniels Tennessee Honey.
No,
I don't drink
I'm not
anymore.
gonna get drunk.
I'm
not gonna.
I forgot my hat.
I feel like I'm the only
Alone.
teenager,
Young adult.
young adult that doesn't like alcohol.
To be honest, I don't really like it that much. I'm getting tired of the burn
I don't drink anymore.
anymore.
You don't drink anymore?
I don't like the taste, and I don't like the effect. I legitimately don't have any reason to spend my money.
But
on
you
alcohol.
drink.
Huh?
But you drink. You get drunk.
No, I don't.
You used to get drunk all the time.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you'd send me messages on Skype like, dude, I'm so drunk.
Like twice.
That's not twice. You sent me 50 fucking messages.
I'm sure you're getting it.
All within a
confused
2-day
with high,
period?
Okay. Now getting high. I love me some high, but drunk not so fun.
Yeah.
Next morning, it's not fun.
Next podcast, I'm going to talk about my drunk
You
drunk
can't
story.
talk about this. You don't fucking
I've never even
I'm
had
the
a-
No,
only
I'm going to talk about the aftermath. You're the only
The
person who
aftermath.
remembers, and you don't even want to talk about it. You're like, I'm like, what did I do that night? And you're like, I'm going to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about what happened that night.
You just shake your head, your eyes go wide, you're just like, no. I know what happened, though. I was told. Leah told me. Me and Eddie. Apparently it was real funny.
It was funny.
You don't act like it was funny. You act like I fucking raped you or something. You act like I just slammed you into the corner and would not let go.
Hey, now
Maybe I did.
rape's not funny, guys.
It's not. We don't condone rape.
What did it take, right?
Dude, shut up! Nolan, stop making public thrusting messages. Alright, but we need to still talk about the games right there, because my favorite game of last year had to be Fallout 3.
Great game.
A lot of people are like, no, New Vegas is better, and
It's not.
in a lot of aspects it is better.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
In a lot of aspects it is. I think they worked harder on New Vegas than they did on
Like, weapon customizations and stuff like that, I like that a lot more, but I find the story and the actual quests in Fallout 3 are more entertaining. And
A lot of people actually have the exact opposite, because it references Fallout 1 and 2 in New Vegas. In 3, it references it like maybe once, and you have to like dig for
Well,
it.
you have to remember though. You have a save file on your game where you're literally sitting over a fucking super mutant, aiming a fat man at him. As soon as the game loads, the bat's in fire, and he looks up at you. Oh shit!
Yeah, he literally said that. He went, "Oh shit!" It was just this thunk. Oh shit! Just this huge explosion, and then there was no super mutant. But the reason I like 3 more than New Vegas is because 3 has more of a post-apocalyptic feel than New Vegas. Because, like, you're going around New Vegas, and it even says in the story, spoilers, that New Vegas was spared a lot of the nukes. Like, some nukes hit it, but they didn't detonate. But you go to Washington, D.C., that whole place is fucking torn to shreds. It's like 200 years after the Great War, and there's still, like brand new radiation and shit. Like, nothing was cleaned up. Everything was totally wrecked. I love it. What was yours, Chris?
I didn't even say mine.
You didn't?
No.
You want to say yours?
Yeah.
All right. Fuck you, Chris.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys!
Fuck off. 2013 Game of the Year, hands down for me, Project M.
What?
If you guys know what that is.
It doesn't ring any bells. I should know this right now.
It rings a bell.
Explain it for those who are ignorant like me in the
Okay.
podcast.
Later this evening, you need to come over. We need to play some Project M.
Dude, I'm not gonna head over anywhere later this evening. You're gonna help me upload this on YouTube. I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna take a massive shit. I'm gonna play Resident Evil 4 until like I forget it's like midnight, and then I'm gonna put it on iHeartRadio until I fall asleep.
Okay. Project M.
Tomorrow maybe. If it's still shit weather, then it'll wait till like Saturday. I'll come over before the podcast on Saturday.
So who plays Smash Brothers?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
We all like Smash Bros, right?
You jogged my memory.
Smash Bros is fun. Can we agree that Melee was better in terms of just how it played?
Yes.
No, I have to say the first one was best.
Comparing Melee and Brawl.
Melee and Brawl.
Let's leave the first one out of this because that was the best one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But comparing Melee versus Brawl, Brawl had a bunch of new shit. Brawl was fun, but in terms of like 1v1, just combat, Melee was better. Right?
Yes.
Project M is a mod of Brawl that makes it feel like Melee.
Yeah, they use Melee's physics, right?
They basically they couldn't port anything because 2 completely different games.
Yeah.
They just had a massive team of people that just tried to balance everything as much as it possibly can. Brawl, there's tiers. Melee, even, there was tiers. I mean, you go to a tournament, every asshole's using either Fox or Marth.
Or Kirby.
Not even Kirby.
Pikachu.
No, it's just like...
No, like that. Oh, that's super special. There's one everyone used Pikachu.
Yeah, but in Project M, there's like almost no tiers because every character... Well, how they balance it is they make every character an OP bastard. Every
that's
character.
how Brawl was supposed to be.
Yeah. Another few changes they made, they split the Pokemon trainer into 3 different characters. Like, Squirtle...
Oh my god.
Squirtle, Ivysaur, and Charizard are now 3 completely separate characters that can't switch out between one another. They're just like their own thing.
What'd they do with the move? How did they replace the switch out move?
They each have like different attacks now.
Like they programmed it in?
Yes.
That's beast.
They added in so much shit and changed around so much shit. Even characters that were already there, they changed their moves and added program shit.
Don't they have Roy?
They did. They brought back Roy as an extra character.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
Roy's back, so is Mewtwo.
Oh my god.
Mewtwo is also its own character, and even Dr. Mario is there.
Mr. Game & Watch there?
Of course.
Gay Man Watch?
There's
He's
a
always
theme
there.
for that.
All of Brawl's characters are there, and then there's the extra characters from Melee. Total, there's 41 characters you can choose from. 40 fucking 1 characters.
That's a lot. That's a whole lot.
That's a lot for a Smash Bros.
They brought back, and they're still adding more to it.
Wait, is
Project
that legal? 40 characters fucking 1?
It depends on the age.
No, you can't. You're a horse.
But
He's the awkward one of the podcast.
so they also added in some old stages. They brought back like almost every good Melee stage, and as well as some of the original Smash Brothers stages.
Yes.
Are now in like Project M. Like the original, just like low res textures and everything. It's all
It
there.
has to be low res.
They brought back.
If it's new res, it's not the same.
all the good original Smash maps are there. They brought back
Hyrule Castle.
Hyrule Castle. They brought back Dreamland, Saffron City, Congo Jungle, and as a fifth little, just like for the extra mile, the Metal Mario stage. You can play on that.
Awesome.
So Project M's great. There's a few just like completely like even Roy and Mewtwo. They even coded in like each of them had their own final smash. Like they even did that. Mewtwo, he just like you know what Lucario's move is.
But
Like you know how Lucario does that little like laser thing. Yeah. Mewtwo does the same thing except it's wider and just like dark purple badassery. Oh God. Roy. Final Smash. I'm not even gonna spoil his because his is fucking great. A few other tweaks they made.
just look up Project M.
Yeah,
Just look it up.
you're a big Metal Gear, right?
Metal Gear.
You like Metal Gear?
Yeah.
Solid Snake in Project M. They stayed true to a lot to more Metal Gear things. Thing that pissed off about Snake is that it seemed like he didn't belong in the game. Okay. With Brawl, it's like
It was like that in the first place.
well, yeah. It was like, why the fuck is he here? You know? It even seemed like Snake was like last minute coding to Brawl. Like the game wasn't accommodated to fit him. Even his taunts, like every single taunt was the same thing. You just put a box over himself. Okay. I mean, I like the box, but every single taunt being the same. Come on, Nintendo. Show a little more effort than that. Project M, they fixed that. Snakes, all of Snake's like alternate skins or like different camos that he had in the Metal Gear franchise. His up taunt now, he'll actually fucking pull out a pack of cigarettes and just smoke the cigarette, and then the little sound effect will go ding ding, and his damage percent will go up by 1. That's his taunt.
Oh my god.
That's his new taunt. And then his side taunt, he'll get on one knee, pull out his little codec. Colonel, mission complete.
That's awesome. Real quick, sorry we'll press for time, but your game, 2015. You've been on Grand Theft Auto 5 a lot.
That would not be my 2013 game, though. I'm going to have to get really, I don't know what the word is, mainstream and say Halo Reach, because I've been playing Reach like nonstop for the past year.
Yeah, you even got a clan that operates mostly on that, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're not going to advertise.
We don't need to advertise Reach, they did that enough.
Yeah, there's enough advertising on Reach.
Either need to be that or Dark Souls.
But we're like 2 minutes over the time, and you know, parental figures out there yelling. So we're gonna wrap up this podcast for today. We upload pretty much whenever the hell we can, whenever we get together. I'm probably not gonna want to till like Saturday. That's what we were saying earlier. But we might pull up a 2-hour one on there. I don't know. I was expecting we were gonna have to like go to Bing and like find shit to talk about because I thought we were. But instead, we just nerded the fuck out of this podcast the whole time. Anyway, so that's it for our podcast. We have individual channels, but we're too lazy to link them. We'll talk more about it, and like we'll be less lazy. Second podcast. This was kind of short notice and impromptu. So we all stay cool, and everyone say bye.
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 Adios, senor.